Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss stories like this one. I never imagined that my own birthday would turn into the night that shattered everything I thought I knew about my marriage. The house was warm with glowing lights, music hummed softly in the background, and laughter bounced through the rooms. Glasses clinked. Friends smiled. It was the kind of celebration I had always loved. Clara had planned the evening herself, insisting this year had to be extra special. I believed her. I believed in us. I believed we were reconnecting after months of distance. But it only took one careless, devastating moment to reveal how completely wrong I had been. I was standing near the fireplace when he walked in. Adrian, her ex. The man she had insisted meant nothing to her. Someone she claimed belonged only to her past. I watched the atmosphere shift subtly, as it always does when someone unexpected shows up, but the real change was in her. Her face lit up like a child seeing fireworks. Without hesitation, without even glancing at me, she crossed the room. She threw herself into his arms, laughing, her chin resting on his shoulder, her body pressing against him as if he were still a chapter she hadn't yet finished. Guests paused mid-conversation, whispers spreading, while I stood frozen with a polite smile, pretending not to notice the fractures forming inside me. The music slowed, taking on a soft, romantic rhythm. People swayed or ignored it, but Clara didn't. She grabbed Adrian's hand and led him to the dance floor with a confidence no married woman should show at her husband's birthday. They moved together easily, intimately, as if muscle memory had resurrected something long buried. She leaned into him, arms around his neck, laughing at something he whispered, her eyes sparkling in a way they hadn't for me in months. Everyone's eyes were on me, waiting for a reaction, expecting an outburst or confrontation. But I didn't give them anything. I set my drink down, straightened my jacket, and walked out of my own birthday party without a word. Not to her, not to anyone. The door clicked behind me. A soft sound, yet it rang louder than every laugh inside. I didn't rush. I didn't shake. I didn't break. I stepped into the cold night air and breathed deeply for the first time in months. Leaving quietly hurts more than shouting. Silence cuts deeper than fury. And the moment I walked away, the entire atmosphere inside shifted. The music faltered. Conversations stalled. Someone whispered loud enough for half the room to hear. He left. Clara was still clinging to Adrian when she finally noticed people weren't watching her anymore. They were staring past her. She turned and saw the empty space where I had stood. Color drained from her face. Her smile vanished. Her hands fell from Adrian's shoulders as if she had touched fire. She staggered back, breaths uneven, suddenly realizing exactly what she had done, and the line she had crossed that no apology could ever erase. The guests didn't hold back. My sister confronted her first, eyes blazing, voice sharp enough to cut. "You danced with your ex on his birthday? Are you insane?" One of Clara's friends shook her head, disgust written all over her face. "Everyone saw it, Clara. Everyone." Even Adrian stepped away, guilt heavy in his posture, mumbling about not wanting to cause trouble. Clara was left alone in the center of the room, trembling, facing the judgment she had earned. The worst moment, though, came when my mother walked toward her. Not yelling, not crying, just looking at her with a quiet disappointment that cut deeper than any words. She spoke so softly the room leaned in to catch every syllable. "He trusted you and you broke him tonight." Clara's knees nearly gave out. She pressed a hand to her mouth, tears spilling, eyes darting to the door, toward where I had walked away without a backward glance. She stumbled outside, calling my name into the empty street, voice shaking, breath coming in panicked bursts. She searched the shadows, but I was gone, not unreachable, just gone in a way she'd never experienced. Guests gathered behind her on the porch, whispering, watching, some angry, some stunned, all aware that something irreversible had just occurred. Inside, the party fell apart. People left early. The cake stayed untouched. Decorations suddenly seemed absurd. And Clara? She sat on the stairs, head in her hands, sobbing quietly while the last guest slipped away, casting one final disappointed glance. The confident woman who had entered the evening glowing now looked like someone who had just realized the cost of her own recklessness. What broke the night wasn't her dance. It wasn't Adrian. It wasn't the whispers or confrontation. It was the moment she understood silence. My silence. I had stopped fighting. Stopped explaining. Stopped pleading for respect. I didn't need words, walking away said it all. And as I drove through the quiet streets, phone buzzing endlessly with her calls and desperate messages, I understood something painfully simple. Birthdays come every year, but a moment like this comes only once. A moment when you finally see who someone chooses when no one is watching. And that night she didn't choose me, but the consequences certainly did.